It's the only signals you want. TheNicsick Network, I'm Nicsick, and today it's time for an update in the WWE Power Rankings. Note and reminder that these are point-based in a spreadsheet that I have, so I'm not just picking my favorites, because, like Randy Orton, Dolph Ziggler, all those guys could be at the top. And if you haven't seen this before, I only show off the top 10 in the Power Rankings. So excited there. Top 10 in the Power Rankings, and I give you a little recap of how their week went and why they got their points and where they're at. And I'll tell you if any guys went down or up. Alright, are you ready? Hit that subscribe button. I'm waiting. Quick notes from last week's Power Rankings. Dominic Mysterio has been knocked out of the top 10. And anyone else? They got knocked out. I think Damian Priest as well. I don't see him anywhere. He dropped a lot. Alright, so coming in at number 10, even though technically 11 and 10 are tied, so we'll give you both at the same time, it's Dakota Kai and Io Sky of Damage Control. You saw what happened on Monday Night Raw, them laying out and sending a huge statement to Becky Lynch inside the steel cage. We didn't get the steel cage match where they left an impression. And spoiler, we're going to see Bayley later on this list. Alright, coming in at number 9 is one half of the Undisputed Tag Team Champions, Jimmy Uso. The Usos had a successful title defense on Raw. However, Jimmy Uso did go down with an injury in the middle of the matchup. Therefore, he was deducted some points, and that's why he's no longer tied with the same amount of points as Jey Uso. But Jey Uso got more points for something else he did on Raw. But we'll get to him later on. Alright, coming in at number 8 is Bray Wyatt. Whoa, what a week Bray Wyatt has had since the last Power Rankings. On SmackDown, he brought back the Firefly Funhouse, sending a huge statement to LA Knight. Yeah! And then on Raw, a iconic, legendary moment he had with The Undertaker. The story there was great, and probably the best part of Raw in my eyes. But sending another huge statement, laying LA Knight out with his sister Abigail. We're going to see what happens at the Royal Rumble, including all these Power Rankings of the Royal Rumble. Maybe shifted completely. Right, let's continue on. At number 7, is Miss Bliss, Alexa Bliss. I was waiting for my Amazon device to go off. Here, I'm going to say her name a lot, hold on. So my Alexa doesn't get mad at me. Alexa Bliss, so last week she was in the top 10, and this week all she really did was send a big message to Bianca Belair, saying the title's going to be hers, you only need to fear her. So she didn't really lose any points, so that's why she's still in the top 10. Coming in at number 6 is the leader of Damage Control, Bayley, like I said, sending a huge statement by leaving out Becky Lynch in the steel cage, climbing on top of the cage, saying this is her show, etc., etc. And that's why she's still in the top 10. Coming in at number 5 was the person who was in first place last week in the Power Rankings, if you remember, Solo Sikoa. He didn't really do much on Raw, so he was going to hit Sami Zayn with the Samoan Spike, but he didn't. So he didn't really do much, causing him to go down the Power Rankings. He was just there looking all big and tough. And I had this hot take though. I know this is the Power Rankings, but my hot take, the way it's looking right now, is eventually when the bloodline all disintegrates, Solo sticks with Roman and the Usos separate. So Solo and Roman would be the heels in the situation, vice versa. Okay, coming in at number 4 is Kevin Owens. And I believe Kevin Owens was on the list last week. Kevin Owens sending a huge statement it's been a wild week for Kevin Owens. First on SmackDown, dropping Roman Reigns, sending a message to the Bloodline for the Royal Rumble. And also on Raw, dropping Miz and sending another huge statement that he's going to take the stranglehold off of Roman Reigns on the Undisputed title, bring it to him. But I don't believe that at all. Alright, coming in at number 3 is Charlotte Flair. She got into an altercation when Sonya Deville, but she was able to get back up a little bit, sending a big message on Raw. Not really a big message, but it's an even playing field. It wasn't a hot SmackDown, kind of was a hot Raw. So yeah, so that's why she's number 3. And number 2 is the honorary Sami Zayn. He had a questionable SmackDown and Raw. Roman Reigns was losing trust by the second with him. But a big point of this was in Raw when he took Jimmy Uso's spot in the Tag Team Championship match and won the match for the team. He helped the Usos retain the Tag Team titles, getting some big points in the Power Rankings. But he's not number 1, but it's not oh no, because number 1 sticks in the bloodline. And that's going to be Jey Uso. Not only did he retain the tag titles with Sami Zayn for the Usos, but in the tribal courts, he saved Sami Zayn, saying showing off his loyalty. Which, by the way, I called it to my brother. I'm like, when Jey Uso saved Sami Zayn, and then it happened. So not only retaining the tag titles, sending a huge message, not a huge message, but putting everyone on notice how much he really trusts in Sami Zayn, and that was just a monumental moment, I think, for him in this entire storyline. Alright, that's going to wrap it up for the top 10 in the Power Rankings. We'll see you next week after Royal Rumble, SmackDown, and Raw, because these will probably be weekly. Until next time, subscribe, share, and smile.
Who are my enemies? When they step up, we'll see. This is my evolution.
Think with me now, I won't leave you forsaken. See through my eyes and I know you'll awaken. Reclaiming my voice so I won't be mistaken. Enter the walls of your brain like a breaking, but it ain't hit, it's a source of relating.